Hello, friends. Welcome to Old Coins News, where we explore historic coins of the United States of America. Coins that carry the powerful words liberty, in God we trust, and e pluribus unum. Every quarter tells a story of a state, its history, culture, and pride. In today's video, we will discover the complete details of another remarkable American quarter coin. The United States of America quarter dollar, North Carolina First Flight 2001D, is one of the most historically meaningful coins ever issued by the U.S. Mint because it connects American numismatics with one of the greatest achievements in human history, the invention of powered flight. This coin belongs to the famous 50-state quarters program, a nationwide initiative launched by the United States Mint in 1999 with the goal of honoring every U.S. state in the order they joined the Union. North Carolina, known proudly as First in Flight, became the 12th state honored, and its quarter was released into circulation in 2001. The coin was struck at the Denver Mint, which is identified by the D Mint mark on the obverse side. From the moment it entered circulation, this quarter became not just everyday money, but a traveling piece of American scientific, cultural, and national pride. On the obverse front side of the coin, we see the familiar and iconic portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States. This design was originally created by sculptor John Flanagan and is based on a bust made by French artist Jean-Antoine Houdon in 1786. Washington's portrait faces left, symbolizing leadership, dignity, and the foundation of the American Republic. Above Washington's head is the word liberty, a core value of the United States and a principle deeply rooted in its Constitution and national identity. To the left of Washington's portrait appears the phrase, "In God we trust," the official motto of the United States, reflecting the country's historical belief in divine guidance and moral responsibility. Around the edge of the coin is the inscription United States of America, and beneath Washington's portrait is a denomination quarter dollar. The D Mint mark, usually located near the right side of Washington's ponytail, confirms that this coin was struck at the Denver Mint. The reverse back side of the North Carolina quarter is where this coin truly becomes extraordinary. The central design features the Wright brothers' historic airplane, the Wright Flyer, depicted in flight above the words First Flight. This design commemorates the world's first successful controlled, sustained, powered flight, which took place on December 17, 1903, at Kill Devil Hills near Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. Orville and Wilbur Wright's achievement changed the course of human civilization forever, opening the door to modern aviation, global travel, air defense, and space exploration. The aircraft shown on the coin is not symbolic or fictional. It is carefully modeled after historical photographs and records, making the design both scientifically accurate and artistically respectful. Above the airplane, the inscription North Carolina proudly identifies the state, while below the design appears the year 2001, marking the coin's release date. Around the outer edge of the reverse is a Latin phrase e pluribus unum, which translates to out of many, one. This powerful motto represents the unity of the American states into a single nation, a concept especially fitting for the 50-state quarters program. The phrase also reflects how many individual achievements, like the Wright brothers' innovation, come together to shape the nation's progress. From a technical and material standpoint, the 2001D North Carolina quarter is composed of a copper-nickel-clad structure consisting of 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, bonded to a pure copper core. The coin has a diameter of 24.26 millimeters, a weight of 5.67 grams, and a reeded edge, which help prevent counterfeiting and gives the coin a familiar tactile feel. These specifications are standard for modern U.S. quarters, but the historical narrative behind this coin elevates it far beyond its physical dimensions. In terms of mintage, the Denver Mint produced approximately 627 million North Carolina quarters in 2001. While this high number means a coin is not rare, its value lies in historical importance, educational significance, and collector appeal rather than scarcity. Most circulated examples are worth face value, but coins in uncirculated condition can sell for a modest premium, especially if they retain strong luster and sharp details. Coins graded MS65 or higher by professional grading services may fetch higher prices among collectors. Additionally, error coins, such as off-center strikes, doubled dies, or missing clad layers, can be significantly more valuable, sometimes reaching hundreds of dollars depending on the severity and rarity of the era. The North Carolina First Flight Quarter holds a special place in American culture because it tells a story that every American student learns in school. The story of how two bicycle mechanics changed the world through curiosity, experimentation, and perseverance. The coin acts as a portable history lesson, reminding users that innovation often begins with simple ideas and determined minds. For collectors, it represents a perfect blend of history, science, and national identity, making it a favorite among both beginner and advanced numismatists. Today, more than 2 decades after its release, the 2001D North Carolina Quarter continues to circulate, quietly passing from hand to hand, carrying with it the legacy of the Wright brothers and the bold spirit of exploration that defines the United States. Whether found in loose change, preserved in a coin album, or displayed in a collector's case, this quarter is far more than 25 cents. It is a symbol of human ambition, American ingenuity, and the moment humanity first took to the skies. The United States of America Quarter Dollar, Kentucky My Old Kentucky Home 2001D, is a deeply symbolic and culturally rich coin issued as part of the famous 50-state quarters program of the United States Mint. This program, launched in 1999, was designed to honor each U.S. state in the order in which they were admitted to the Union, turning everyday currency into a nationwide history lesson. Kentucky, the 15th state to join the United States on June 1, 1792, was honored with its quarter in 2001. The coin discussed here bears a D mint mark, indicating it was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the primary coin-producing facilities of the U.S. Mint. From the moment it entered circulation, this quarter represented not just monetary value, but the heritage, traditions, and spirit of the Commonwealth of Kentucky. On the obverse front side of the coin appears a well-known portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States and a central figure in American history. This portrait, created by sculptor John Flanagan, has been used on the quarter dollar since 1932 and is based on an earlier bust by French artist Jean-Antoine Houdon. Washington faces left, symbolizing leadership, stability, and the birth of the American Republic. Above his head is the word liberty, a foundational principle of the United States and a concept that lies at the heart of its Constitution. To the left of Washington's portrait is the national motto, "In God We Trust," expressing the country's historical belief in divine guidance. Around the outer edge of the obverse is the inscription United States of America, and at the bottom appears the denomination quarter dollar. The small D mint mark, typically found near Washington's ponytail, confirms that the coin was struck at the Denver Mint. The reverse, backside of the Kentucky quarter is where the coin truly tells its unique story. The central design features the stately image of Federal Hill, a historic mansion located in Bardstown, Kentucky. Federal Hill is widely associated with Stephen Foster's famous song My Old Kentucky Home, which has become one of the most enduring cultural symbols of the state. The mansion is surrounded by tulip poplar trees, which are native to Kentucky and further emphasize the state's natural beauty. Above the image is the inscription Kentucky, proudly naming the state, while below the mansion appear the words MYO Kentucky Home, directly referencing the beloved song that has been sung for generations and is traditionally performed at the Kentucky Derby, one of the most famous horse racing events in the world. Beneath the design is the year 2001, indicating the coin's release date. Encircling the reverse design is a Latin phrase E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one. This powerful motto represents the unity of the American states into a single nation, a concept that fits perfectly within the theme of the 50-state quarters program. On the Kentucky quarter, this motto also symbolically unites the many elements of the state's identity, music, architecture, history, agriculture, and tradition, into one harmonious image. The design as a whole reflects Kentucky's reputation as a state rich in heritage, hospitality, and cultural pride, rather than focusing on military or industrial achievements. From a technical and physical standpoint, the 2001D Kentucky quarter is composed of a copper-nickel-clad structure made up of 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, bonded over a pure copper core. The coin has a diameter of 24.26 millimeters, a weight of 5.67 grams, and a reeded edge, which helps deter counterfeiting and gives the coin its familiar texture. These specifications are standard for modern U.S. quarters, ensuring uniformity across all issues in the state quarter series while allowing each state's reverse design to stand out. In terms of mintage, the Denver Mint produced approximately 353 million Kentucky quarters in 2001. Because of this high mintage, the coin is considered common in circulated condition and is usually worth face value in everyday use. However, collectors often seek out examples in uncirculated condition, especially those with strong luster, clean surfaces, and sharp design details. Coins graded MS65 or higher by professional grading services can command a modest premium. Additionally, mint errors, such as double dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, or missing clad layers, can be highly valuable and desirable among error coin collectors. The Kentucky My Old Kentucky Home Quarter holds special emotional and cultural significance because it celebrates not a battle or a political event, but a song, a home, and a feeling of nostalgia. It represents Kentucky's role in shaping American music and cultural memory, reminding people of simpler times, family roots, and the warmth of home. For many Americans, especially Kentuckians, this coin evokes pride and a deep connection to state identity. For collectors and historians, it demonstrates how coins can serve as cultural documents, preserving stories and traditions for future generations. More than 2 decades after its release, the 2001 D Kentucky Quarter continues to circulate across the United States, quietly carrying with the echoes of a famous song and the image of a historic home. Whether found in pocket change, saved in a coin album, or featured in a YouTube video on Old Coins News, this quarter is far more than 25 cents. It is a symbol of American heritage, unity, and the enduring power of culture, captured in metal and passed from hand to hand across generations. The United States of America quarter dollar, New Hampshire Live Free or Die 2000D, is one of the most emotionally powerful and historically symbolic coins released under the celebrated 50-state quarters program of the United States Mint. This program began in 1999 with the purpose of honoring each U.S. state in the order it joined the Union, transforming everyday pocket change into a moving archive of American history, values, and identity. New Hampshire, the 9th state to ratify the U.S. Constitution on June 21, 1788, was honored with its quarter in the year 2000. The example bearing the D Mint mark was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the most important production centers of U.S. coinage. From the very beginning, this quarter stood out because it did not merely celebrate a building or event. It honored a philosophy of freedom and a natural symbol deeply loved by the people of New Hampshire. The obverse front side of the coin features a dignified left-facing portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States and a central figure in the founding of a nation. This portrait, designed by sculptor John Flanagan, has appeared on the quarter dollar since 1932 and is based on a lifelike bust created by French artist Jean-Antoine Houdon. Above Washington's head appears the word liberty, representing one of the most sacred principles upon which the United States was founded. To the left of Washington's portrait is the national motto, "In God We Trust," symbolizing faith, hope, and moral guidance in American public life. Around the upper rim of the coin is the inscription United States of America, while the denomination quarter dollar is placed along the bottom. The D Mint mark, visible near Washington's ponytail, confirmed that this coin was minted in Denver. The reverse backside of the New Hampshire quarter is what makes this coin truly unforgettable. The central design features a famous Old Man of the Mountain, a natural granite rock formation that once resembled the profile of an elderly man's face looking eastward. Located in the White Mountains of New Hampshire, this formation stood as a powerful symbol of strength, endurance, and independence for more than 2 centuries. Above the image is the state motto, "Live Free or Die," one of the most striking and uncompromising mottos of any U.S. state. These words were first spoken in 1809 by General John Stark, a Revolutionary War hero from New Hampshire, expressing the belief that freedom is more valuable than life itself. Below the rock formation appears the inscription, "Old Man of the Mountain," directly naming the beloved natural landmark. Although the Old Man of the Mountain collapsed in May 2003, just 3 years after this coin was issued, the 2000 New Hampshire quarter has since taken on even deeper emotional and historical meaning. Today, the coin serves as a permanent memorial to a natural wonder that no longer exists, preserving its image for future generations. Beneath the design is the year 2000, marking the release date of the coin, while the Latin motto E pluribus unum curves along the upper edge of the reverse. Translated as out of many, one, this phrase represents the unity of the American states into a single nation, balancing perfectly with New Hampshire's fierce emphasis on individual liberty. From a technical and physical perspective, the 2000 D New Hampshire quarter is composed of a copper-nickel-clad structure consisting of 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, bonded to a pure copper core. The coin has a diameter of 24.26 millimeters, a weight of 5.67 grams, and a reeded edge, all standard specifications for modern U.S. quarters. These uniform features allow the design and symbolism to take center stage, ensuring durability while circulating among millions of Americans. In terms of mintage, the Denver Mint produced approximately 495 million New Hampshire quarters in 2000. Because of this large production number, the coin is considered common in circulated condition and is usually worth face value in everyday transactions. However, examples in uncirculated condition, especially those with original mint luster and sharp details, can sell for a modest premium. Coins graded MS65 or higher by professional grading services are especially popular among collectors. Additionally, error coins, such as off-center strikes, double dies, die cracks, or missing clad layers, can be significantly more valuable and are actively sought by error coin collectors. The New Hampshire Live Free or Die quarter is especially admired because it captures the spirit of American independence more directly than almost any other coin in the state quarter series. Rather than celebrating wealth or power, it honors freedom, resilience, and identity. For residents of New Hampshire, the coin represents pride, tradition, and a deep connection to the land. For collectors and historians, it demonstrates how a small piece of metal can carry powerful political philosophy, natural history, and emotional memory all at once. Today, the 2000 D New Hampshire quarter continues to circulate across the United States, quietly passing through countless hands while carrying a message that has echoed since the American Revolution: freedom above all else. Whether found in everyday change, preserved in a collector's album, or featured in a long-form documentary on Old Coins News, this quarter stands as more than just 25 cents. It is a lasting symbol of liberty, remembrance, and the enduring American spirit, captured forever in coinage. The United States of America quarter dollar Vermont Freedom and Unity 2001 D is a coin rich in symbolism, history, and philosophical meaning. Issued as part of the highly successful 50-state quarters program of the United States Mint. This landmark program began in 1999 and was designed to honor each U.S. state in the order in which it joined the Union, allowing Americans to explore their nation's heritage through everyday currency. Vermont, the 14th state to enter the Union on March 4, 1791, was honored with its state quarter in 2001. The coin carrying the D Mint mark was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the principal coin-producing facilities in the United States. From its release, the Vermont quarter stood out because it expressed not only historical facts, but also a deep philosophical message about balance between independence and togetherness. On the obverse front side of the coin appears the iconic left-facing portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States and a central figure in American history. This design, created by sculptor John Flanagan, has been used on the U.S. quarter since 1932 and is based on a lifelike bust made by French artist Jean-Antoine Houdon in 1786. Above Washington's head is the inscription Liberty, representing one of the core principles upon which the United States was founded. To the left of the portrait appears a national motto, In God We Trust, reflecting the country's historical faith in divine guidance. Around the upper rim of the coin is the inscription United States of America, while the denomination quarter dollar appears along the bottom edge. The D Mint mark, placed near Washington's ponytail, identifies the coin as a product of the Denver Mint. The reverse, backside, of the Vermont quarter delivers a powerful and beautifully simple message. At the center of the design is a large mature maple tree, standing tall and strong, symbolizing Vermont's deep connection to nature, self-reliance, and endurance. The maple tree also reflects Vermont's long-standing tradition of maple syrup production, an industry closely tied to the state's identity and rural heritage. Beneath the tree are the rolling Green Mountains, which gave Vermont its famous nickname, the Green Mountain State. These mountains represent stability, continuity, and the natural strength of the land and its people. Above the central design appears the word Vermont, clearly identifying the state, while below the tree is the year 1791, commemorating the year Vermont officially became part of the United States. Just beneath this date is a powerful state motto, freedom and unity. This phrase expresses Vermont's long-held belief that personal freedom and social unity are not opposing forces, but complementary values. The motto reflects Vermont's unique history as an independent republic from 1777 to 1791, before it joined the United States, and its commitment to maintaining independence of thought while contributing to the greater good. Encircling the reverse design is a Latin phrase, e pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one. This national motto perfectly complements Vermont's own message of freedom and unity, reinforcing the idea that individual states and people can remain distinct while forming a strong, united nation. The placement of both mottos on the same coin creates a powerful philosophical harmony, making the Vermont Quarter one of the most intellectually meaningful designs in the entire state quarter series. The year 2001, at the bottom of the reverse, marks the coin's release into circulation. From a technical and material standpoint, the 2001 Vermont Quarter is composed of a copper-nickel-clad structure consisting of 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, bonded over a pure copper core. The coin has a diameter of 24.26 millimeters, a weight of 5.67 grams, and a reeded edge, all of which are standard specification for modern U.S. quarter dollars. These uniform features ensure durability and consistency while allowing the artistic and symbolic elements of the design to stand out clearly. Regarding mintage, the Denver Mint produced approximately 376 million Vermont quarters in 2001. Because of this high production number, the coin is considered common in circulated condition and is generally worth face value in everyday transactions. However, collectors often seek out uncirculated examples with full mint luster and sharp details, which can carry a modest premium. Coins graded MS65 or higher by professional grading services are especially popular among collectors. Additionally, error varieties, such as off-center strikes, doubled dies, die cracks, or missing clad layers, can be significantly more valuable and are actively searched for by error coin specialists. The Vermont Freedom and Unity Quarter is especially admired for its philosophical depth and natural symbolism. Rather than focusing on a single historical event or building, it presents an idea, a vision of society where individual liberty and collective responsibility exist in balance. For residents of Vermont, the coin reflects pride in their state's history, environmental values, and independent spirit. For collectors and historians, it demonstrates how coinage can serve as a medium for political thought, cultural identity, and national unity. More than 2 decades after its release, the 2001 Vermont Quarter continues to circulate throughout the United States, quietly carrying its message in the pockets and hands of millions of people. Whether discovered in everyday change, preserved in a collector's album, or featured in a long-form video on Old Coins News, this quarter represents far more than 25 cents. It is a lasting reminder that true strength lies in balancing freedom with unity, a principle as relevant today as it was in 1791.